there. Today's topic is basically a brief overview of what are the critical elements in the SAT prep, and just briefly look at what are all the elements involved, and then we'll take a look at it, and we'll dig deeper later on in the topics. But the what this gives us today, the way we look at it is a holistic view of what is needed. So it will also give us a way of looking, okay, these are the three elements, so these are the three things that I need to be doing at the end of 3 months, 4 months, whatever your preparation time is. So that's what you can actually look with. We're basically starting with an end in mind, so that's what it is. So coming to the point, so the SAT, there are like three sections in the exam. One is critical reading, which is earlier is also was something, I think it's a reading comprehension or something like that, but right now they call it as critical reading. And it has math, obviously. They'll be testing your analytical skills on using math. Then there is another section for writing. So there are three sections that they test on: critical reading, mathematics, and writing. So let's dig deeper into critical reading. Critical reading uh, again consists of like two subsets. Like one is sentence completion and passage based reading. So critical reading is like sentence completion and passage based reading. So if you look at sentence completion, right, basically sentence completion is nothing but we they will give you a sentence, and they'll ask you to fill it up. What is the best possible word that will fit into that into the blank that's given in there. So there are two kinds of questions in there: vocab in the context. So I mean, they will ask you what this word means in the given context. Then again, like there's logic-based questions within the sentence completion. We have logic-based questions like, okay, if this is what it is, what should happen, kind of thing. So logic-based, and then they're testing your vocabulary, or how the context, it will fit in the context and stuff like that. So sentence completion is that, and the passage based reading, so they're actually looking at your comprehension skills, how you read and what is that your understanding, what your comprehension is. Obviously we'll get deeper, and then we'll figure out some hacks how we actually get past and dramatically accelerate your way to learn and comprehend and retain the information. But on an overall picture, this is what they have. They have like extended reasoning questions, which is nothing but they'll be asking, like, these are the I mean the toughest ones, I would say, because you need to answer, what is the essence of it, what is the writer trying to imply, things like that. I mean, you need to understand the entire paragraph, or whatever, a couple of paragraphs or whatever, to answer these kind of questions, like extended reasoning. Then they have like same like vocab in context, which means like they will be asking what is a word and what does it mean in this context, kind of thing. Then they have like paid passages and paragraphs. So they'll give you like two paragraphs, and they will ask you what is relevant information in both of them, or what makes sense in one of them and what doesn't in the other, things like that. Then again, your literal comprehension is nothing but how, I mean, a particular sentence, how what did you make sense of it. So they'll say, in so and so sentence, this is what is used, so what is the context of it, and things like that. They'll have questions around it. So again, we'll dig deeper into each one of these. But a passage based reading, they'll give you a passage, they'll ask you to read. So a critical reading is nothing but sentence completion, and then second part is like they'll give you a paragraph or a passage, they'll ask you to answer some questions. So those are the, on the high level, those are the two elements in it. Then coming to math, your math, they have like numbers and operations. Then your algebra and functions, statistics and probability, the data interpretation and things like that. Then geometry and measurements. Those are the four high level, like I would say, chapters or sections that SAT covers. Then they have like writing, the third element on this one is like writing. So the first part of writing is writing essay. So you will be given 25 minutes, and within 25 minutes you should be able to write a coherent or a coherent essay which makes sense on the topic that is given. We'll get very deep and we'll like exactly understand how what we need to do and things like that in the coming in our product here. But that's what it is. That's writing essay. And the second part of writing is it consists of like improving things, like meaning like it's like improving a sentence, right? The first one would say like an improving a sentence. So they would say they'll give you a sentence and how would you improve that, like what's a better way of saying it. And the other one is identifying sentence errors. This means like they will actually like give you a sentence, and they will give you like one, two, three, four, five, or whatever. So each one you need to be saying which is like uh, doesn't suit in the sentence, which is actually wrong, which is in error. So that's one thing, you need to identify that error, and then like you need to mark that number. The third one is improving paragraphs. So basically they'll be asking like how better to convey that. I mean, if something is like two of them, do you want to, if something is like used like redundantly, things like that, basically like improving a paragraph. So that's what it is, like your writing again is like writing essay and improving a sentence, identifying the sentence errors, and improving paragraphs. So on a, like again, like to give a brief overview, like SAT has like critical reading, mathematics, and writing. And critical reading has sentence completion. So they'll ask you to complete a sentence, like they'll give you a blank and then ask you to complete a sentence. And passage based reading, they'll give you a passage, they will have questions, relevant questions regarding that passage, and then you need to answer that. Again, those are like extended reading, vocab, and stuff like that. And again, like writing is writing an essay, and then again, like improving sentences, uh, then identifying the sentence errors, and improving paragraphs. Math has numbers and operations, algebra, statistics, and geometry and measurements. So that's it, folks. This is a very brief overview of what are the elements, different elements in there. There's no hacking. There's no like things in there. Just want to give you an overview so that you will know what is coming up. You will know like, okay, this is what is needed. This is what I'm going to be doing as a high level view. And I think this is very, very important. I think like in a lot of times we miss this, and we jump into things, and we are like deep inside, we don't know where it fits in to the holistic picture, where it fits in to the big picture, and we miss that part. And probably we lack that motivation. We may be thinking like, yeah, maybe it doesn't make sense, things like that. In the next video probably I will do which one or how each one are measured, meaning like what is the uh, I would say like in how much, what's the weight of each of these elements. And obviously one carries different weight over the other. So you don't need to panic about that, like that way you will know, okay, uh, like like something which you're not comfortable with, and probably that actually doesn't, may not have the same kind of weight, so you may not need to worry about that. So all right guys, like see you in the next next video.